How's it, guys? Welcome back to FX Rhapsody. Today we're going to be doing analysis on two currency pairs again. It's going to be the Euro USD dollar and then also the British pound US dollar. What we're going to do is we're going to do top-down analysis and we're going to be using the COT reports. So I want you to go to my website, bottom left corner here. You can download the COT reports for free under the resource tab, and also on the website there's some more resources regarding trading, depending on your trading expertise. You can, if you're starting out on trading, there's some nice video categories for you, and also some nice strategies for those that is more experienced in trading. Also, preferred brokers tab, go visit them and go check them out. Okay, so what we're going to do is, again, we're going to do top-down analysis. We're starting out on the Euro USD dollar. We're going to look at the daily time frame, working from the daily down to the hourly. So on the daily time frame, what we can see is the euro, took out liquidity at the bottom here, right about here. Let me just highlight that for you. So you can see the big push to the downside with a bearish movement candle. So pushing into that liquidity area, and now at the bottom here, looking at maybe turning up. And where we're going to see that is on the 4-hour time frame. Just going to show you a couple of things here. So on the 4-hourly time frame, what we can see is, again, the big push downwards. Just going to zoom out a little bit. So we were looking at this area over here. You can see that liquidity being taken out over there. Okay, but before that happened, we had a high that was over here, and that contributed. So price went up, okay, came up, took out liquidity at the top here. Just zooming in a little bit for you to show, and that contributed in, taking out some sell stops or some buy stops, excuse me, and then just price moving downwards, continuing down, breaking through that with a big push to the downside. So what we currently have is we have got some liquidity that, or not liquidity, we've got a nice fair value gap lying at the top here. Okay, so if you had to catch the top sale down, the big sell down, what you would have had is you would have had this break in structure over here, as you can see. Okay, this area, especially after liquidity was taken out. So I'm just going to highlight a simple little area for you. And this is the area I would like to see price returning to. Okay, but price creating a fair value gap imbalance in the market, going down and going down even more, pushing through this area over here, this low over there. Okay, and then, oops, excuse me, pushing through that low over there. So what we created was this area in the market, and you can see that price retraced nicely back to that area in the market. You can see that big push down and big push up, and that's the area that price always tends to return to. Okay, it gets drawn to that area, and then you saw that big push downwards to that area over there. So I would like to see price, returning back to that fair value gap that was created in the market over here. So let's have a look at the hourly time frame. Let's just get all of this out the way, and then we can look at the hourly time frame and see what's happening there. So on the hourly time frame, let's just zoom it out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so what we can see over here is, I'm going to highlight just a couple of areas for you. Okay, first of all, I'm going to highlight this area for you. This is area of imbalance in the market. So that's going to be a big area. I'm just going to draw it out to the side for you so you can see. So that's an area I would like to see price returning to. Okay, but before we can see price returning to that area, I first want to see price. Just going to highlight two areas here. I always do that, especially on the hourly, especially towards the end of the week, just to see in the beginning of the week what is going to happen. Okay, so we're going to do that, and we're going to do this. So I would like to see price basically breaking that area, Okay, I'm just zooming it in a bit so we can see it better. So that's the area I would like to see price breaking. Okay, and once it breaks that area, I would like to see price going up and then continuing upwards. We have got that momentum downward currently. We have got bearish movement. It's downtrend in all the time frames. There might be just an indication of taking out liquidity and carrying downwards, but then we would like to see price breaking this below area over here. So on the COT side of things, what happened and why did price go down? Not why did the price go down, but I mean, we're looking at the euro and we can see that a lot of shorts were put in the market. Okay, yes, there were some longs, but more shorts creating a bigger net position, and we can see this downwards spiral still continuing on the euro USD dollar. So next up we have the British pound, the US dollar, British pound, US dollar. Okay, we're going to again start off with a top-down analysis starting on the daily time frame. I'm so sorry, my mouse just gave in. So basically what's going to happen is we are going to be looking at daily time frame. Again, daily time frame creating that low, okay, or taking out that lows. Similar thing to what happened with our euro. Okay, took out that low in the market. As you can see, price tapping into that liquidity and then started moving up again. So going down to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so on the 4-hour time frame, just want to do that. We can see a little bit of downwards movement, not a little bit, but a proper downwards movement in the market. You know, with this trend line that's happened. Okay, what we're going to do is just we're going to clone it for us, and then we can see this nice area in the market, as you can see there. So price respecting, going into that trend, hitting it at the top, hitting it at the bottom, going up again, and just zooming in, just continuing to respect that area or that trend line in the market. So is price just going to hit that and carry on downwards, or will price respect that or break it to the top side? You know, this is all possible. So let's have a look at the hour time frame. Okay, so on the hourly time frame, there's a couple of things I just want to highlight for you and show you. Okay, first of all, we saw this break over here. There. Okay, that was a previous low in the market, right around there. That was our previous low. And then with that break, it created this fair value gap over here. Right about there. I'm not worried about what's happening at the top. We can see that all these areas, all these gaps been opened. Okay. So first of all, it broke that area, that low. Then we had price returning back to that. And that is again an area where you could sell off. So let's just say you sold on that area. You could have made a nice almost 100 pips sell area. Okay. Then we saw price hitting bottom, going up again. Okay. It created a low over here with that retracement. Okay. So that's a low that it created. It retraced to that fair value gap in the market, that imbalance, and then you sell off, and your target will be relatively the previous low, hitting that low, and now it started moving up again. So then it started consolidating a little bit, and this is a nice area where structure broke again. Okay, I'm just highlighting that area for you. Okay, that's the area that it broke. It created that fair value gap, or that gap in the market, very slightly, and this is nice sells that you can take. Okay, or not sells, excuse me, some orders that you can take. So price retracing back into that area, then it started pushing up again. And if you took that buy, because of that, it went all the way up to 100 and odd pips again. So let's call it a couple of hours or so, not hours, but I mean in a day or so, you could have caught 2 nice little entries. Just following that, looking at that gaps. Obviously this gap on a lower time frame is a bit more visible. Okay, so always drill down to your lower time frames, 15 minutes, 5, and so forth. Then now what we're seeing is price moving upwards. And where did it go up to? Okay, it always gets drawn to all these areas in the market. Look here, there. Okay, that was the first one. It gets drawn to that area. Okay, then it retraced a little bit back. This is now the upwards movement. And then where did the second one, or where did it get drawn to after that movement over there? It gets drawn to these areas. Look here, guys. You see, this is the areas that it gets drawn to. All this imbalances in the market, all that fair value gaps. Look there, price touching it, going down again, moving up. So what we currently have is, we have 2 areas that I'm looking at, obviously, like always. I'm looking at that low that was created. Okay, and then I am looking at this high, because this high is still intact. So these are the 2 areas that I'm going to be looking at in the market, and then I'm going to be looking at where it's breaking. Will price break that area over there, or will price continue downwards, taking out this liquidity that's lying at the bottom here? Or is price just going to continue hunting that liquidity on the top? COT report wise, okay, looking at the British pound, and let's see what happened there. So on the British pound side of things, we could see again more shorts than longs being placed in the market, so that net position went down a little bit more, and that's where you see that little turn in the market, guys. So just keep an eye on the charts. I do this analysis every weekend. Just dot out your areas in the market, and you can see where price gets drawn to and where we're expecting price to return to. Don't just predict the markets, okay? Analysis is not predictions. It's basically, for me, it's just, looking at all the areas in the market that I expect price to go. Okay, not predicting, I'm just expecting price to go, but anything can happen. So what you do is you react to what happens in the market. So yes, you have got that areas drawn out, and you think to yourself, okay, this is the area that, I see price going to, or want to see price going to. And then if it makes a move towards that, if it creates something, you react to that and you see, okay, cool, you enter trade, this is the area that I'm going to exit, or whatever the situation. So this is all from my side, guys. I hope you enjoyed this analysis. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well. There's definitely some more trading content coming your way. So yes, I hope you've been having a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, guys, and happy trading.